Hey y'all, it's Debbie, Girl with Pearls. I am so excited to have you joining me here today. If you're new, welcome, and if you're a subby, welcome back. Well, today what I'm going to do is show you how I made that pennant banner. I wanted something up there for the 4th of July, and if you saw one of my videos, you saw I hung an Americana flag that I had also put on my wall shelf, and I just thought too much of the same thing. So here's what it looks like completed. And I'm going to give you a close-up of each section. Now, I made the binding out of the fabric that I already had instead of buying bias tape. And I used a firework fabric. I had this really cute plaid fabric. And then I just sewed them all together. And I'm going to show you exactly how I did that. But here's just a close-up view of each one of the pennants. That one's red with little white stars. So I measured the fireplace and then added in a few inches for swag, so I knew how many pennants to actually make. And then I laid it out on paper just by cutting paper template, and then I just started putting it together. And I'm so happy with the completed project. Okay, so here we go. I used a rotary cutter, which I love using because you get nice crisp cuts. And you can see I'm using my quilting square. This blade is so nice and sharp, it just does a great job. If you don't have one, I'd highly recommend it. Now I'm also using interfacing fusible as well, because when you put heat to it with an iron, it'll attach it to the fabric and it makes it so much easier to sew. You can see here I used some plastic and made a template for the size of the pennants that I wanted. And I'm just putting the two fabrics together, folding it in half and putting the fusible webbing in the middle, and then cutting it, each pennant, with one full swoop. Now, when fabric is printed, you usually have a white raw edge, so I'm just going to use my rotary cutter and cut that off. And having the rotary mat is great too, because it gives you a good backing surface and you're not going to ruin your furniture or your counters or anything with that cutter. And the mat has all those grids and measurements, so it really makes it simple when you're doing a sewing project. See how nice that came out? Now I'm just going to work on the other piece. Remove that edge. I'll speed this up for you so I don't bore you. Now I'm just going to cut the fusible webbing. Now the reason the webbing looks like that is because I was using an end piece. And it's what I was left with, so now I'm going to actually lay it out and trim it up. Didn't do so good there. Now see, once I iron that together, that fusible webbing will hold both sides of the fabric together. So it's going to make it really simple to sew. Now I'm working on the red fabric with the white stars. Just using that plastic template there that I cut out. So what I did to complete this was I laid all the pennant banners out the way I wanted them, and then I took the red fabric with the white stars and I made a long binding tape, folded it in half, and stuck each pennant in the middle, pinned it, and then just ran one big sewing line up, and voila, it was finished. So I hope you'll consider trying a project like this yourself, and come back and join me again. I love to create, and I love to inspire your desire to design. And if you're not a subby, I hope you'll subscribe to my channel.